Hello again and welcome back to another Solo 6 training. If you have joined me for all of these videos, I just thank you so much. We are coming to the end, and so today we're going to talk about Draft Builder. Now, the order that I have put these components in to train you, it's probably a little bit different than maybe the order you might train your students. It all depends on where your students are. Maybe just this year you want to get familiar with teaching your kids how to use Write Out Loud. Maybe this year you just have a couple kids that really could benefit from Read Out Loud. Maybe you just want to show your kids how creating an outline is beneficial. So maybe you want to pull Draft Builder up on the smartboard. It all depends on how you use it, but it will be very exciting to hear how you are using Solo, how you're using this literacy tool in different areas around the district. So please share those success stories with me, and I do welcome your feedback. Maybe there are some other things we need to change. If you need some more training after all these videos are done, please let me know that as well. And remember, you have access to these training videos, so you can repeat them if you need to. You can share them with other teachers as well. All right, let's go ahead and dig into Draft Builder. The Ants demo, that is the one. If you look down here, you can see the outline in a picture or in a graph form. I did go ahead and save it when we were done with it from our Read Out Loud. So let's go ahead and open that. I double clicked. And if you notice, it is going to open it in Read Out Loud. All right. But I said we were going to talk about Draft Builder. How are we going to do this? All right, File, Send to Draft Builder. All right, I wanted to show you this because I'm trying to talk about the writing process and how Solo helps your students gain more comprehension about that writing process and will help you with instruction as well. All right, so for a research paper, we've read the article, we've made some notes or an outline. Now let's send it to Draft Builder. All right, so this is how Draft Builder comes up here. And remember, these are just sight words because I was trying to demonstrate what we could do in the lower grade levels. Here are some of the ones have notes. Insects have notes. Okay. Question number 1. There's your note. So when you highlight on it, it will tell you what your note is. You can open that up, and you can add more notes to it if you would like to. And there's your draft. This is everything that you have worked on. Okay. It all comes into one. So this you can print out as a draft. All right. Again, here's your outline, and you can put it into tree concept. I mean, it's in a tree. You can put it into concept. It's taking a minute. Sorry. There we go. So you can also do it as a graphic organizer in a more of a picture mode. Draft Builder is one of the components that I really think is amazing to use as a whole group, okay? Because it kind of shows those students, okay, this is what an outline looks like. Some of you need to look at the same information more in a picture format, but it's the same information, and it shows you that right here. Both things right here. All right. Again, your tools. Do you notice? They're all the same. Now I do want to show you one more thing. Send to Write Out Loud. Wonder what's going to happen now. Remember, that's just a single click. All right, Write Out Loud. I can take this information and I'm just dragging it over. And do you see how I'm creating a paragraph? All right, and again, remember, quotes mean that that student took that information from a website, okay? Now, because we're not in the read out loud, you can't double click and try and go back to the website to get more information, okay? Your kids already have to have the information here, but simply we're creating. Now, I want you also to notice that as I'm hovering over here, if you can kind of look next to 6 legs, you can see that where that cursor is, it's kind of like a dashed straight line. That is where your information will go. If you want it in a different spot, so I move the cursor down by hitting enter. And when I drag it over, that's where that information will go. Okay, now we are in Write Out Loud, and your students have your notes, and they are pulling it over, and they are creating a written piece from information they got from Read Out Loud, from electronic text, from information from the web. Also remember, if you have those hard copy books that they're gathering information from, you can have them type that information in here as well as part of the outline, and they can drag it over, or you can have them do that at this point as well. That is Solo 6 in a couple of short videos. You will have some assignments to do with your students so that we can see how your students are interacting with Solo, and you can give me some feedback. But this is a basic demonstration on how to use it. So thank you again so much for joining me, and I look forward to working with you further as we continue to dig in and continue to learn more about our Solo 6 components. Again, if this is the first video that for some reason you just decided to watch this video, please go back into the Write Out Loud video. That will give you a good demonstration on what all of these tools are. Okay? If you decided to do things out of order, I ask that you please go back and look at those videos again. Thank you very much, and I look forward to hearing your comments.